We do 4 sessions a week with our classroom sessions. We do Tuesday 3 p.m. These are the UK times. Tuesday 8 p.m. We do Thursday 7 a.m. and then we also do a midday Friday session as well. All of the links are on our socials and actually on the front page of roadmapmba.com. But the idea is we can come on, we can have a chat and almost catch up and that kind of thing. And actually we do have people on the course that are going through kind of some job hunting at the moment where they want to career change or pivot. And what I wanted to do, and it's based on kind of feedback and stuff this week, is actually say that job hunting is really tough. It's emotionally tough, that both you've probably gone through a little bit of trauma when you've maybe left your previous workplace, or even if you're a student and you're struggling to get that first opportunity, it's really tough to actually find the opportunities, apply for them. You always kind of get your hopes up, and then if you hear back and it's not good news, it is kind of heartbreaking. And recently there's a chap on the course that's been through something like this. He was offered a job, he decided to take it, but he kind of knew that maybe it wasn't going to be the right fit, but he still tried it. It wasn't the right fit for him, so he's now hunting again. But what I wanted to do, and we had a really good chat on Thursday morning, was actually just to share some of my story and say, actually, I've been through it too. And it's one of the things that's really funny is that everyone kind of goes through pain and struggle with job hunting. It is really difficult emotionally and physically. There's a lot of pressure there that I personally found that actually I was worried that the longer I was unemployed, the more people would judge me for it and actually be harder and harder to get a job. Which I think there is some truth in that, but actually this for me is where it's really important to kind of get your own personality and skill set out there to help tell the world who you are, what you're passionate about and what you're good at. So for me, I'm really into my business strategy, sales and marketing. So that part of the reason for doing the live stream is to kind of build awareness so that people can hopefully build trust and get to know you. But the idea is that you should do exactly the same. So if you're Jake and you're really into tech and you love blockchain and everything around coding and developing and that kind of thing, the more you can almost immerse yourself in that community, learn a lot of stuff that you kind of need to know, but also share it back and demonstrate your knowledge and expertise, you're going to have more people that will physically see you. Oh yeah, I could see Jake working for our company. He seems good. He seems switched on. I'd give him a job. That actually what you've done in building your brand is build trust and the perceived knowledge and expertise that actually people want to hire you. And one of the things that we talk about in the course is actually to build something called authority and expert. So to really be seen as an authority or an expert on a topic. And with Simon, it could be podcasting. For me, I do this and I do live streams. But the idea is to build a brand, be known for something. And you could make the best cupcakes in the world. You could love baking. And that's cool, but the idea is share your passions. And then again, with job hunting, one of the things that I've kind of definitely found in the past is that there are jobs that you really get your hopes up for, that you apply for and you think that'd be brilliant, I really want to do that. And then occasionally you don't get them. And one of the best jobs I ever got actually came from being rejected the day before for a job I really wanted. I'm not going to say where it was. So I went for a job, this is like 10, 12 years ago. I didn't get it and I was heartbroken, but I knew I had an interview the next day. So I kind of reluctantly did some homework, did my prep for that interview, nailed it, I did quite well. But that job that I didn't expect was actually one of the best jobs I ever had. But it just came out the blue, but it came because actually I put the time and effort in, I put the hard work in. I actually threw my all into the application to really understand it and do the best I can. But you never know how things are going to play out and how things can change over time. And it's almost not to kind of lose hope. And then another story which I shared on Thursday morning was the fact that I go through my career. There was a point when I had a really good job. I was group business development manager for a oil and gas company. And in 2014, we had the oil and gas kind of downturn. And basically I found out it was the 27th of September that I was getting made redundant. And one of the things that really kind of hit me was all the way through that career, because I kind of started with nothing, I felt like I was building to a certain point. And I got to a certain point where I was like, I'd ordered my dream car, everything in my life was going well, I had a nice house, I was married, my career just seemed to be doing this. Something happened, which was the market shift. And basically a month later, I found out I was getting made redundant. And there was one particular drive when I was driving from Newcastle down to Teesside. There's one kind of coast road called the A19. But whilst I was driving that drive, it kind of hit me that everything I'd almost been building towards had seemingly gone. You know, the rug had been pulled, and actually I wasn't in a great place. I wasn't particularly happy. But then 2 weeks later, I got a phone call. So bear in mind, I was still getting paid at that point, and it was just, you know, that kind of thing of going through like the redundancy process. But 2 weeks later, I got a phone call, and someone wanted to get in touch, and it was to do with a managing director job at a international business in Durham, and that actually would I be interested to go in that position to help turn around the business and really kind of help drive sales and different things. But actually, I was 33, and my point being that that was a major life goal, that I really wanted that managing director job title. And actually, from 2 weeks before, when I thought the world had ended, because of the brand, because of the hard work, because of actually delivering hopefully a good service and job over the previous kind of like 8-10 years, someone else wanted to hire me, and actually they wanted to hire me in a promotion in a better position. But the point being, even if it does seem crap and you're worried and you maybe not getting the applications or the jobs that you're really applying for, genuinely don't lose hope. It will kind of hopefully get better, and you are more than welcome to anyone in the world. You're more than welcome to jump onto any of the live classroom sessions that we do throughout the week. All the time slots and stuff are on the website, and we'll just have a chat and we'll talk through it, and I'll certainly give you help and advice where I can. But it was just to say, look, I've been there. I know how shit it can be. And again, setbacks, when they happen, setbacks can be horrible. Like, for instance, what I had with the oil price kind of crash and getting made redundant. But what they essentially do, it's like course correction. All of these things just put you on the right path to where you're meant to be going to. And then even my last proper job before I went kind of freelance and started to work for myself and start the business, part of me loved that job and part of me hated that job. But when I left that job, again, it just put me on the right path to do what I'm doing now. And I would never have done any of this or tried to create any of this if it wasn't for the setbacks. And it was just to kind of share that story and share some of my own kind of stuff. And if you ever catch this, these all get clipped up onto YouTube and stuff. My name's Steve Pugh. Please kind of feel free to reach out and kind of say hello. But if you are going through a tough time, you know, it will kind of get better. And then likewise, there are lots of recruiters and people and platforms out there that will more than happily kind of help you as well. And often, you know, you might see 20 jobs on a job board because you go on and look every other day. But if you speak to recruiters, they often have whole reams of jobs and opportunities. And if you can share your CV with them, you might actually be able to get specced out to job opportunities which aren't even on the market yet. But the point is, it's put the effort in, try, but also don't give up hope. And there are people that will happily help you as well. So it's just a quick topic that I wanted to talk about and almost share some of my kind of journey. And if you are going through this at the moment, I get it. I know it's tough, but also it will get better.